This is gonna sound incredibly crazy. I believe that it's better to be a hater than to be a jealous person. The reason why I say this is because there's something about hate that, although I would not advise anybody to get too intense with it, it at least brings some form of clarity pertaining where you stand with a situation, a scenario, a person, or even a thing. Whereas on the other hand, jealousy is very, very iffy. It leads to a lot of confusion on the jealous person's end, a lot of mixed communication, mixed emotions. 1 minute you feel like you despise that thing or person, and the next minute you want validation from that person to the point where you are low-key obsessed with that thing or obsessed with that person. And I'm really about the life of clarity in all formats. And one of the things about hate is that it's actually a bit more easier to navigate in terms of getting yourself out of being a hater and then starting to basically experience a different perspective on certain things. But when it comes to jealousy, again, that's a lot of confusion there. You want to be that thing or person so much so that you're constantly thinking about it. But then when you're in the midst of it, it bruises your ego to the point where you become extremely defensive. But then after encountering whatever the thing or the person that is making you jealous, you then ponder the things about that person or that thing that you crave so much. And it's just an endless loop of always being up and down when in the midst of being a jealous person. The reason as to why I wanted to have this discussion in this episode is down to the fact that, well, as you can clearly see, I work out. I go to the gym. It's a place that I would consider my second home. I've been very consistent in the gym and I'm proud of myself for doing that. And particularly speaking, I live in the hood and I've been in multiple different gyms within the hood over the past couple of years or so. And I've just realized this vibe that I get from certain people who are not on the same perspective of being able to focus and just staying in their own zone whenever they're working out or what have you. You know, a lot of people at the gym, especially young people, we tend to always want to seek distractions. You know, we have issues when it comes to like minding our business and whatnot. Whenever we're working out, we're so focused on what's happening around us, who's lifting the heaviest, who looks the best and whatnot. And then when there is anyone around us who has that capability of just locking the fucking, well, that's my first strike. Well, I don't think I'm thinking about monetization anytime in the future, but yeah, planning to have these YouTube videos be censored, if you know what I mean. Anyway, any one of us youngins who have the capability to just zone in and not really mind what anybody else is doing, it tends to bring out the worst in the person who is viewing that person and is always stuck in that loop of judgment of minding someone else's business and always just doing everything except focusing on the work at hand. And that's something that I have basically peeped and experienced while going to these gyms over the years, and it has led to a lot of jealousy coming towards me. Now, at first, I always thought it was just haters being haters, but then I realized even when I'm minding my own business, these people are still trying to gain my attention. And if they were truly haters, they would absolutely resent me. They would be disgusted by my presence. But since I'm so focused and I do not that aura of just knowing what I want and just have that tunnel vision when it comes to being in the gym, getting the work done and leaving. And that's what many people in the gym, especially within the hood, want to be able to do. That leads a sense of admiration for yours truly. But then at times, because I'm so focused and because they're stuck with so much jealousy, they then read me in their own psyche as being very cold, as being egotistical, not egotistical, that's the wrong word, as being full of myself because of how confident I am and I don't say a word. And that then leads to a sense of the negative aspects of the jealousy. But then on the next day, you'll see me and you admire me because you want to be like me, then that leads to the positive aspect of the jealousy. And do you see what I mean? Whereas if you truly hated me, or if you're just a hater, you would see me and just completely block me off and pretend like I don't exist. And that leads to a sense of clarity. No, I'm not advising to be like that 24/7 because it's not really that healthy, but at least you have more clarity than being a jealous person. And that's just one of the many different opinions that I have pertaining the way how I view life and whatnot. And I'm looking forward to giving you guys more of how I view things in a sensitive way.